My favorite thing about American Fork is just being able to jump from club to club, going from student council to marching band to DECA and FBLA, and just having everyone welcome you with open arms, whether you hang out with the soccer boys or the cheerleaders or everyone. Everyone's just so inclusive, like my friend Emma here.
One memory that I have from this year is the practices with my lacrosse team. Even though sometimes they were hard or sometimes we got mad at each other or whatever, they were just good times, and yeah, just always remember that and all the good times I had with my teammates. I was like,
for sure the best part of senior year was like standing up like with all the seniors in the front of the spirit section. We all got lit. I got to lead the cheers, and it was like so much fun, even though we always lost. But it was so much fun just going and supporting our team and just like kind of being a family. So that's what I loved.
I think one of my favorite memories was the first football game we had. It was senior year, and I finally got to stand at the front, which is super cool because no one ever gets to stand in the front until they're a senior. And we had balloons, and we got to launch them off at kickoff. And that was just one of the days where I got to spend with all of my friends. Like, no one was missing, and we just had fun. And there was a dance right after, so we all just got to party. And that's one thing I'll never forget. It was the best thing of my life.
Friday was, we only went to one period, and we went to my friend Cameron Fairbank's house, and we were just there all day. We towed each other around on a motorcycle, on a sled, and threw water balloons at each other. And every time I think about that, it kind of just brings a smile to my face, because, you know, the boys will live on forever. That's all.
One of my favorite memories is riding around in KP's truck, Pika, and Friday nights, the late nights, even if it was playing Fortnite, or just hanging out with the friends till 1 in the morning, and yeah.
Alrighty, so this New Year's, me and my friends decided to take a trip up to Tibble Fork, and we went out on the lake and we brought up a couch that we got on KSL, and it was free. And so we went and got the couch, then we went up to Tibble Fork, and we decided to put some gas on the couch and just light it up to celebrate the New Year. So we did, and it was fun, and it was just a good night out with my friends. It was a good way to celebrate the New Year and like celebrate senior year. So and then drive down the canyon. It was kind of cool, just like knowing that it's basically coming to an end.
All right, so me and my buddies, Robbie Shippen, Dylan McDaniel, Kanan Pardoon, and myself, we went hammocking, and this is my first time hammocking, so I was super unprepared. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even bring a sleeping bag, all right? I brought a blanket and a pillow, and I didn't know it was gonna drop to like 30 degrees, okay? So I had nothing, and same thing as my friend Kaden Pardue, we had nothing. And after that, it was like 2 a.m. I woke up and I was freezing. I asked him, hey, let's go sleep in your car. And he said, okay, I'm freezing, so let's go. And then, so we went, and Robbie and Dylan were fine. And then when we woke up to the sound of firecrackers in the car, and it startled us. It was a very scary moment, and I loved that night.
Spring break this year. Me and all my Lone Peak friends, Chandler, Steve, Hudson, we went on a cruise out to West Caribbeans. Oh boy. And we got in a lot of fights. It got real frustrating at times, but it was so much fun. Like, I've never loved and hated someone so much. Like, but that seriously capped off high school for me. So that's my favorite memory of all time. We stopped off on the island Cozumel in Mexico, and we were able to rent a convertible. So we just drove around the whole island, and it was forest for the first 20 minutes, and finally you just open up bright blue water, blue sky, yellow sun. We're blasting like Spanish music. Oh my goodness, like just the wind blowing. I love that moment. That was a good feeling right there.
So this whole past year, I just like tried a bunch of new things. I took my first international flight. I went to Bolivia to do humanitarian. I ran a half marathon. I don't know, I just tried to care about what I was doing and all the classes I was taking. And like I'm training to be a dental assistant, and me and my friend Jackson, shout out to Jackson, we go classic skating every Tuesday night. It's a club, y'all should come. Well, you should have come.
All right. It's the most monumental, amazing experience in high school. I moved to Hawaii fourth term of sophomore year, and then I came back like a year later, so it's third term of junior year. And I was like, dude, I just gotta make dope friends. Like, sophomore year wasn't great, and I wanted to like make my junior year and like my entire senior year just perfect. I came back and I like went to the wrong class period. Like I forgot where all the places were and stuff. Like it's just been forever since I was in the school. So I came back and I like went to the wrong class, and I was like, I guess I'll just like walk home. Like I've already been in this class before. So I started walking home, and Derek Childs like yells out to me, and he's like, "Yo, Huddy!" And I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Dude, I haven't seen you in so long. Like where were you? You were in Hawaii. Like I haven't seen you in so long." I was like, "Dude, I miss you so much." And he was like, him and all of his friends and the kids, I just wanted to become tight with, man. They were cool guys. And I came back, and they asked me to go on a trip with them to Flaming Gorge. And dude, that trip was just the craziest experience ever. We like boated. I learned how to like wake surf and like wakeboarding, and like we went over to like cliff jump. Like we cliff jumped on like 50, 60-foot cliffs and just like flew like through crazy flips and stuff, man. And it was a crazy experience. And that's like what monumented like the rest of our friendship together. And it's good stuff. So that was probably the most like changing experience in my high school. It's good.
Well, high school has been seemingly uneventful, but I don't know, I've done some cool things with friends. There was this one time where my friends and I, we went to Walmart and bought several pounds of sugar cubes, and over the next couple of days we consumed all of them. So that was a good memory. I think there were a couple times last year where I found myself in the basement of one of my friends talking about her sister's parrot, and its name was Pico de Gallo. And I think when we spend time learning about other people's pets, we come to enjoy more fully the people they are and the lives they lead. You know, a parrot can teach you a lot about life. They're almost like humans in that they can mimic us. They can say things that really mean nothing. And a lot of times people are like parrots. We say things that mean nothing, and they ramble on and go nowhere. And so I love parrots. Yeah.
So I think that the summation of my high school experience would probably be late nights in the auditorium, because I'm a drama student, and so we had rehearsals that went really late, or sometimes we had to stay after and help with like set builds or technical stuff. And I just remember like in my junior year we had a stage manager, two stage managers who would sometimes just text us at random times and ask us for food, and we'd go over at like 9 o'clock and be there till like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And it's kind of weird because when I was there, I just wanted to kind of leave and go home. But I think that the last time that I leave the auditorium is going to be a time that I want to linger in it, I think, because I think that that's where I spent most of my time as a high school student. And so, yeah, there's a certain smell in the auditorium, a certain weird ring that there is, and I think that it's probably where I spent most of my time.
I think my favorite moment was when we were down in St. George with the marching band, and we were able to go down on the field on our very last performance ever, our very, very final performance, and we were able to just perform our hearts out to the crowd, and the energy was electric, it was alive, the crowd was so cool, and like performing up to them, you could just hear them screaming, and it was, oh my goodness, it was amazing, something I'll never ever forget.
I remember at one of our region meets we had like our relay races, and just to be like on one of the relay races, there's only 4 people on one relay, and so, or even at like home meets in our relay races, it just felt like you were being a part of something, and like that was your team. We all huddled up, kind of, you say like pinky prayers, and then kiss each other's cap. That was just like really fun for me. And then our friend group and like swimming, we would all go to the track after practice sometimes at night and just scream grind time, and run around the track, just going crazy. So it was really fun. It was a lit time.
One of my favorite moments that I'll cherish forever is when my basketball team, we took state last year. And one of the biggest things that I'm going to remember is after we took state, it wasn't just us, it was everyone in the school that came to support us, and they came down, and the environment, it was overwhelming. And when we sang the school song, the feeling was overwhelming, and it was so cool.
What I liked about high school is that every day, that no matter what was going on at home or what was going on outside of school, I always had a solid group of friends no matter what, and that coming to school wasn't like a bad thing, it was a good thing. So yeah, that's why. Yeah. My favorite memory with my friends is probably when we do Dare Week. We each do dares, and I had to eat a stick of butter one time, so when I walk through the halls, I get called Butter Girl. So yeah, I know!
Obviously, a huge part of our high school class as the senior class was Keaton, and he was a great kid. He was always the first one to smile and the last one to give you a laugh, and even when your jokes sucked. But I remember at whatever dance it was that we all went out, preference I believe, I was a little late out to the field, and just seeing everyone out there together, because like we've all had our problems with admin and all that stuff, but seeing everyone together for one common cause was just incredible, because there was no differences, there was no boundaries, no bias. Just because Keaton was such a great kid, everyone just came together because of him. That's just how I feel about it. It's insane, it's crazy. Just never anything negative. He was always, like I said, first one to smile, and it was crazy how kind he could be. Like, it was honestly inspiring to me personally that he could just be so kind to everyone he met. But
I guess if I have to think of like a specific event, I'd probably say doing the Mr. Caveman pageants. I did it last year. I competed as a junior, and then I competed this year as well as a senior. And last year, I won Mr. Sweetheart, as they called it, because I guess I was just really nice. And this year, I won the physique portion of the competition, and I guess I go with those two events because they just kind of embodied what I like the most about the school year, and that was just getting to meet other people and just, I guess, grow closer to these people and just go through, I guess, a journey with them. I mean, high school has been quite the trip. I mean, or I guess all of school really. Some of the people here I've known since elementary school. But yeah, the Mr. Caveman pageants just really kind of embodied that, because I'd say at least half the guys there I didn't know at all, and that just gave like a really good opportunity to get to know them and who they are, and just get an understanding of them as a person. I don't know, it kind of formed like this brotherhood. Like every time I see one of the guys from the competition in the hallway, like you just like both kind of light up and go over and start talking and stuff and catch up, because you know obviously you can't talk to everybody between then, and we all kind of come from different grades and different social groups and walks of life and stuff, but you see those guys and it's just, you like just kind of remember that you did that, and it was just like a really good time. And I equate that a lot to high school. Like everybody comes from different walks of lives. Some of the people I knew beforehand, some I didn't, but it's been a great trip just getting to know everybody and I guess grow closer to all these new people and have just one big awesome experience with them. So
probably one of my favorite high school memories is the state championship game for the girls soccer team this year. Shout out the girls. Not even just the fact that they won, but everybody showing up and just getting super excited, and everybody felt like we were all on the same team, which doesn't happen a lot in high school. the girls' soccer game, there's a specific moment I remember when the beast mode chant broke out. That was pretty crazy. The energy in the arena was awesome. I think we were losing at that point. I'm not positive, but we ended up winning that game, and I'd like to say it was thanks to me for starting that chant. I'm kidding. That was pretty fun. Yeah.